welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Make sure to hit that red subscribe button before you go to join the MJNB family. We would love to have you. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I found out that I was pregnant. So I was sitting here thinking, and I realized that I told you all about how pregnancy was and how being a new mom is, but I never told you how it all started. The story of how I found out that I was pregnant, it's actually quite a funny story, and it was a total fluke, to be honest. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for the rest of the video to find out how that all happened. But I don't want to do a big intro, so I guess let's just get into it. Okay, so as I mentioned, I didn't think that I was pregnant. We were trying to have a baby, but that month I wasn't getting any symptoms or anything, so I was like, no, I'm definitely not pregnant. But I had an appointment the following day to get a tattoo, and I knew that we were trying, that there was a chance that I was pregnant, so I decided to take a pregnancy test just in case. And the first pregnancy test that we took was one that would like show you like one line if you were pregnant, or sorry, one line if you weren't pregnant and two lines if you were pregnant. So like I said, I didn't think that I was pregnant, so I was at Jake's house, Jake's mom's house, and his brother was visiting from Ottawa, and so Jake and his brother were actually playing like video games at the time. And I like ran into the washroom to like take this pregnancy test. Like I said, I didn't make it any kind of special thing or whatever because I didn't think that I was pregnant. So I pee on the stick, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and there's like one line for sure, and then the second line was like ever so faint. So I was like, I don't know if I'm pregnant or not, I don't know. So I go to Jake in his room and I'm like look at this, do you see the line? And we're both kind of looking at it, we're like, I don't know, I don't think so, like maybe there is a line, I'm not sure. And I was very early on, so that's why the second line wasn't like really dark. So then we're like, okay, let's just be sure, and let's go out and let's buy like a digital test that'll either say like yes or no. And so we were gonna go out, but his mom's like, oh, like where are you going? Why are you going? You know, and we didn't want to tell her. So Jake's like, oh, we're just going to Rexall, like, you know, to get something. She's like, oh, what are you getting? And he's like, I can't even remember. He's like, oh, just like, don't worry about it or something like that. And it was so obvious that like we were going to get something that she didn't need to know about. Anyways, so we go, we drive, and we get the clear blue one that tells you how far along you are. So we go back to his house, and then they were playing Halo. Mark and his brother and Jake were playing Halo. And so I went into the washroom again, and I peed again, and I remember sitting down in the washroom with my back against the counter, and I didn't want to look at it because I was like, I don't know if I am or not, and I was so scared. Although we were planning for it, guys, it was very scary finding out that like I actually was. I don't know. I've always wanted this. I've always planned. I mean, we talked about it beforehand. We talked about how all our financials and what our plan would be, but it's a lot scarier when it actually says that you're pregnant. Anyways, so I'm sitting there. Finally, I flip it over, and it has like that hourglass, and it's like to indicate that it's like still processing. And this test took forever, guys. Like I felt like I was there for like 5 minutes. And so finally I turn it over, and it says 2 to 3 weeks. And I was in shock. I can't remember exactly what happened next, but I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like what the, like that's so insane. Still to this day, I'm like, holy crap, we created a baby. It's so weird. So anyways, so it's at 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna be a mom. It didn't really sink in. It didn't sink in for like the next day. And so then I go over to the Jake's bedroom, and his brother's in the room, and they're playing. And I'm like, I have to tell him, but I want Jake to be the first person to know. Like, I don't want to just be like, hey everybody, I'm pregnant. So I like quietly like went over to Jake and like showed him the little test. And Jake was like playing and he like looks at the test and he's like, oh my God. And so then he needed an excuse to like escape so we can talk about it. And so he was like, he's like, I'm gonna go out for a smoke. And so he like left the room to go out for a smoke, and we walked down to his kitchen because like everyone was upstairs at that point. So we walked down to his kitchen and we're just like, I just remember us staring at each other, not knowing, like not saying anything, just staring at each other, and we were like, holy crap, like we're freaking pregnant. What the, like it was so insane. And we're like, what do we do now? Like what's our next steps? And like how are we gonna tell everybody? So for those of you who do not know, we were not engaged or married at that time, and we were both living at our parents' house, and we were young, and so it was kind of like if we were going to tell our parents, we were unsure of how our parents were going to react. And if you want me to film a video on like how everybody, like what everybody's reaction was, like leave that in the comments below, or I guess if you know me, message me and tell me that you want me to film a video like that, and I will. Reactions were kind of all over the place. Like there were some people that were really happy, and then some people that were shocked, and then some people that were angry. So yeah, if you want to see that video, just let me know and I'll film that for you. And I just remember us going upstairs, and Jake said, okay, like kind of done playing with video games. And so then eventually his brother left the room, and then it was late at night and we were like, holy crap. And we went to bed, and then when we woke up in the morning, that was the day that we went to tell everybody. So we told my parents and my brothers and my sisters, and then his parents and his brothers and sister, well, not sister, he only has a brother. Yeah, that's basically what we did the second day. And then we always discussed that if we found out that we were pregnant, the first thing that we were gonna do like the next day or the day that we found out we were pregnant was to go and buy one piece of baby clothing. So that's what we did the next day as well. And then I, you know, obviously booked out my doctor's appointments and everything, and went on with my pregnancy. But yeah, that's basically the story of how I found out that I was pregnant. I didn't think I was. It was a total fluke. Thank God I took the test. I mean, I guess I would have found out eventually that I was pregnant when I didn't get my period. But thank God I just didn't go and get the tattoo like without taking a pregnancy test, just because they say it's safe to get a tattoo while you're pregnant, but I mean, also at the same time, you're like, what if it gets infected and all this stuff? So thank God I didn't go and get a tattoo. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and yeah, leave some comments in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.